Hi everyone. Good morning and
Hi.
good evening, guys.
Hi. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Let's start. So today we have to start GitHub, right? We're done with Linux and Git.
Yes.
So we have GitHub, and we have Bitbucket, we have GitLab, we have many alternatives in the market. So this all comes under the online repository storage. In this section, we have many. Okay. So here we are going to deal with the GitHub. Why means, so most of the people in the market is going for the GitHub. So that's why we are going for this. Okay, so the same, the same section, we have many tools. There we are going with Git. Why means, so Git having more functionalities, everything. Okay, based on different criteria, security wise, user friendly wise. We have many benefits with the Git. That's why we are going. In the same way, here also, compared to other tools, the GitHub we have more benefits. Okay. So previously, so the GitHub completely they're giving the private and public repositories completely they're giving as a open source. Now, so the private repositories they are restricting actually. So the GitLab they're giving private repositories also open source. So GitLab is introduced latest. Okay, I mean 1.5 year or 2 years. Okay, and it is giving both private and public repositories unlimited. It is giving. Okay, that's why few people are going with the GitLab. Okay, and Bitbucket also we have here. The second competitor, if we take for the GitHub, is the Bitbucket. Sorry, Bitbucket or Gitbucket. Bitbucket only. So Bitbucket. Yes. Okay. So like this, we have many tools. Here we are going to deal with the GitHub. So GitHub is now Microsoft's product, guys. Okay, so
GitHub and GitLab is same?
no. So JavaScript is same. All right. The same way. So Java is different. It's object-based oriented programming. So JavaScript is a scripted. Okay.
So the organization, right. So the organizations have a choice to use either GitHub or GitLab.
Yes, Bitbucket also.
Okay, got you.
Okay, but most of the people, around 75 to 80%, the market is occupied with the GitHub.
Okay, one more question. So, like last week, I was listening. My DevOps guys, they were saying that we are going to upgrade GitHub. But I know you mentioned that this is a website. So, do we upgrade it, the website, or how does that?
See, no need of see automatically it will update on its website. Okay,
Okay.
no need of
Okay.
going manually and updating. The repositories wise they will go. Okay, not the entire GitHub. Now, here, what we are going to do in this GitHub is the same. If you understand the Git means, it's very easy to understand the GitHub. Same as it is, only the few differences will be there. There in the Git bash, I mean Git client also we can call. Okay, this one, we can call it as a Git bash or Git client. Okay, this is a Git client you can call, and this GitHub you can call it as a Git server. Okay, so different names, guys. Okay, say in this Git client or Git bash, so here how we are creating, here completely we are working with CLI, right? Completely we are working with CLI here, command line interface. But here coming to the GitHub, okay, completely GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, I told you it's a website. So here, this is the main difference here between these two. Okay, and the rest of the things, everything is same, guys. I mean, one more difference also is there. Here, we are creating in the CLI, what we are doing, we are creating the bare repositories and non-bare repositories, right? First, we are creating bare and after that non-bare. Okay, but here, if you want to create, see, I mean, in the Git bash only, if you want to create a non-bare repository, what we did, we cloned from bare repository only. Git clone central.git and we created, if you remember, right? But here, without taking any help of central.git, we can create a non-bare repository. I mean, without taking any help from the bare repository, we can create non-bare repository. Okay. There is a difference here you can observe here. So now previously, and one more point also here, previously once we finish in the bare repository, sorry, in the non-bare repository, once you finish your work, at the end of the day, we are pushing to central.git, right? That is locally, okay, that is completely locally. So that process is correct only. I'm not telling it is wrong. That is the standard process actually. But that process we are not going in the real time, 95% we will not go. Why means, when we will go for that means, if completely entire the project is localized, suppose you having one company, so Accenture we have, okay? So in India, Bangalore city, we have Accenture, okay? So it's like 7 floors or 4 floors, 7 floors building, right? So in that, so if the project is completely localized means, okay, no users working from the other locations, completely inside. Okay, at that situation, we'll go with this process, bare repository and a non-bare repository. So once you finish the work in non-bare, we will push to the bare. So users will be in the first floor and the bare repository will be in the second floor. Through LAN connection, they're going to push. End of the day, non-bare users will push to the bare repositories. That is when the project is completely localized, we will go. But nowadays the projects are not completely localized, right? So people from different places, they will connect. Okay, from US, UK, India, on the different states. So they will connect and they have to work on the repositories. So then, so mostly with 97 to 98% will go with the remotely one. So then how they will connect means with remotely called GitHub. Okay. So they will push the code to not central.git now onwards, to GitHub remotely. The bare repository will not, sorry, non-bare repository will not change. That is same. Non-bare repository means your local account in your local system, right? Okay, so that is the difference here. And here we have few more points. Let me get notes. So GitHub alternatives are this. It is a website to upload the repositories online. Okay. So previously also we having one copy in our local system and one copy we are pushing to the central.git called bare repository, right? So in the same way, instead of central.git, we are going to push to remotely to GitHub. That's it. That is only the difference. So it provides a backup remotely. It provides backup remotely. One copy will be there in remotely and one copy in local. And provides visual interface to repository. Nice visual interface it will give you here compared to other tools and make user collaboration easy. And the security wise also it is very good and 24/7 support, user friendly, flexibility. So because of all these points, the market is increased for the GitHub. And once Microsoft take over, automatically see the market share value and everything increased actually. Okay, so these are the benefits we have with the GitHub. Okay, now let's go and start. So here see, we have the two non-bare repositories. This is local accounts, locally we created. Okay, so non-bare means locally within the system. And so we are pushing to central.git. So you can take this one as a, this is the first floor we are working and in the second floor we are pushing completely localized. Now onwards we are not pushing to this central.git. Where we'll push to GitHub. That is the difference here. And here CLI completely there, GUI will be there. And remaining everything, the branches, tags, all are same guys. The same.
So the user interface will remain same, the Git bash, right? Only the repository where we are pushing will change, right?
Yes, only the pushing location will change. Remaining everything. Okay. See, non-bare repository we will work here only again in Git bash only.
Gotcha.
So end of the day we'll push to remotely GitHub. That is only the difference.
Okay.
So now, yeah, I'm coming back. So here I'm creating guys. Guys, okay, now I'm in the S1 folder, okay? Don't get confused. I came out from money. Okay. So mkdir make directory. On directory I'm creating. So directory name, I will take it as a Shiva directory. Okay. So now I'm entering into the Shiva.
Just a general question, Vinod.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we can do this manually. That like folder on your computer too, right? Apart from creating here.
Yes, you can go normally. Here we will go and create, right? Suppose see, once I create there in the Git bash, you can see the same thing here. See, in my batches are there in the A drive, S1 batch, right?
Okay.
See, Shiva
right.
folder created.
Okay, so we can manually create here too in the backend.
Yes.
If we want. Okay, that's fine.
Same, like we have CMD, right? Whatever you do, same thing, it will be reflected in the Windows, same.
Right. Okay.
Actually, you can use this Git bash tool in two ways, guys. Suppose you want to do the Windows administration and the CMD, we have to learn again CMD commands, again, different commands we have to learn there. Instead of that, with this Git bash, you can operate entire Windows administration if you know the Linux commands. Okay. Okay. Now here, now what I will do is I'm creating one file here. Okay. So touch S1 file I created. Okay. Now tell me guys, if I give the git status, what you will get? Git status.
Untracked file.
Untracked file, right? But it is throwing an error. Fatal error, not a Git repository. It is telling not a Git repository. So Git commands will work inside Git repository only. But Shiva is not a repository. How to identify it is a repository or not?
We don't see the master there or anything. And apart from that, we don't have those system files for the repository.
So that will be hidden actually. For the non-bear repository,
Right.
that will be hidden. No, you cannot see directly. Okay, let's go.
Right.
See. Here also it is not there. Actually, you have to
And then you don't.
.get one folder
Yeah,
should be there.
right. So you don't see the master there.
Yeah. So yeah, it is Shiva is not a repository. It is a normal folder. I created a Shiva with a mkdir. To create a repository, this is the command. No, right? This is a normal folder.
Right.
So that's why the Git commands will not work. Git commands will work inside the repositories only. So Shiva is not a repository, normal folder. So now I want to make this Shiva as a non-bear repository. How? If you remember, here we created the money. Okay, we give the command git clone central.git space money. Like that we created the non-bear repositories. But I don't know. So now without taking the help of non-bear bear repositories, we can create our accounts. So now I want to create a Shiva account or a Shiva non-bear repository directly without help of central.git we can create. How? See, git init. If you give the git init, now I am already inside the Shiva only. So if you give git init means initialize, now the Shiva will become a repository, non-bear repository. See, initialized empty git repository in shown so path, and now it is showing, see, master it is showing. And now you can see the hidden files also. See, .git is there. So inside this .git, you'll have that configuration files, that is default. Okay. So now we have the S1 file here. If you give the git status, now see, now it will work. Guys, don't think that is a wrong process. That is also right process only. But this is the standard process actually. But people are not going in this way now. Okay. So previously with the help of central.git, we created these users, Davin and Money, all this, right? But without help of central.git, directly we are creating. Okay, I created an empty folder first and I added some data inside this Shiva and I converted, I initialized this Shiva folder into a repository. So like this also you can do. Otherwise, first you create a folder and initialize as a repository and later on you can add a data. Anything, both are same. Suppose you already having a folder in that you have 100 files. That folder you want to initialize as a repository. Then enter into that folder and give git init command. That's it. It will become a repository. Sometimes the people, students will do, they will do R&D and say they will. Few people are going to C drive and they're giving git init. The entire C drive means a lot of things will be there. Entire C drive files will become a repository. Don't do that, okay? Create one normal folder outside. Guys, you are getting any confusion?
It's clear.
Okay. So now Shiva is a non-bear repository. Okay. Now next, what is the next step, guys? Here, so it is showing red color means working directory, untracked files. It is showing now.
There are.
Add to staging area. Next, you can see the status again. Same process again. Git commit -m. So S1 file. Finish. Done. Git log, single log will be there. Okay. Now, where we have to push? We have to push to non-bear, sorry, remotely GitHub we have to push. Okay. How to push? So first you have to establish a connection and after that you have to push. Let's go. Go to GitHub. Open the browser and give github.com, guys. Okay, it's a website and you have to sign up there, register. Like normally how you will register in the new websites, right? The same way we have to do here. Okay. So this is my account here. Okay. So here, so already I have 49 repositories. If you see, 49 repositories I have. For you, if you give the ones, if you give github.com, it will open the registration page. It will ask you the username, email ID, some few fields. It will ask you for the sign up. Okay. So once you're done, there only it will show you create a new repository. So click on that new repository. So then you will get the page like this. Okay. So here see, under whatever the user name you are creating, with that username only, it will create the account, guys. Under this username only, we will create all the repositories. See, owner is this one. Okay. So now repository name. Repository name I'm giving here. One repository I'm creating. So S1 batch name. Okay, or batch name only I'm taking as any name you can give here and give the description. Something I give. And here it is giving the public and private repositories. Go with the public repositories only. Okay. So I think you understand what is public and private. Okay. Private means secure will be there. Public means like a open source. Anyone can access this repository. Okay. You can access also this repository. And click on create repository. So it will show you like this. Okay. So quick start if you have done this kind of things before. Yeah. So we didn't done, right? That's why we have to go. So you'll get like this. See, this is the URL of a GitHub. Guys, now tell me, it is a bear repository or non-bear repository, this one?
That one will be bear.
Bear. So GitHub is a bear, right? Are you sure?
Yes.
It's a central, right?
Yes, central.
So it will be bear. Yeah, I think so.
How you are telling? Any?
.git extension.
Yes, .git extension. Here also, if you see, we have the .git, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is also .git extension. But the difference is here we cannot see the data and we cannot add, remove all the actions. We cannot do it. Okay. So, but here we can do all the things. That is the difference. Okay. So now you have to copy this link. You can copy directly, or if you click here, it will copy. So go to this one. Okay, so now what you have to do now? So here, sorry.
We have to do the cloning.
Git push, no?
No, first it's a new repository we created in the GitHub, and we have a new data here from local system. New data is there. Okay, we created here new data on which file? What is the file? S1 file is there. Okay, this is new and this is new. So now we have to establish a connection first, and after that we have to push. To establish a connection, we have a command here. See, git remote add origin. You can copy if you want. Otherwise, if you want, you can type also. Git remote add origin. Origin means the destination where you are pushing. Okay, so that remote path we are giving origin where you are pushing. This here I am pushing http github.com. So tech teacher is my account here. I mean username. Under this username we created a S1 batch. Okay, so here we are establishing a connection. It is not pushing, guys. We are just establishing a connection. That's it. So we established. You'll not get any output. You will not get here. Just we established. Now we are entered. We entered into this repository. Okay, for you sometimes it will ask you the credentials. Okay, because I logged in many times, it is not asking. For you, it will ask you GitHub credentials here only, username and password also you will get. So just pass the GitHub username and the password. Okay, and it will allow you to establish a connection. So I established. Now I want to push. Git push directly. So git push, otherwise you can give like this also. Origin. Again, I'm giving git push origin and where you want to push. I mean, I'm already entered into this repository. In this repository, you'll have different branches, right? Of course, if this is a new one, you will get default master branch only. But generally, I'm telling. Okay, so in the in the GitHub also, it will create branches, guys. Whenever you create the repository, by default, it will create the branch. Master branch it will create. So where in which branch you want to push? If you not give also, it will go to default master only. But I'm giving here it push origin master. You can specify. Suppose tomorrow you're pushing to already existing branch only, already existing repository only you are pushing. So sometimes you'll have 10 branches, 20 branches also will be there. You can specify in which branch you want to push. Git push origin branch name. Okay. So now see. I established the connection remotely and I'm pushing to the master branch. See, it pushed successfully 100% and to remotely link also, and this master to that master. See, this master to that master, it is telling there also master on the default branch. Okay.
So
yes,
the branches, of course, we have to separate them, right? So do we create them on the UI side or we create them inside here like we did for the other?
See, actually, we will not work continuously in the GitHub, guys. Very rarely 10% will use. The only purpose for the GitHub is pushing remotely.
Oh, okay.
Okay, pushing, and if we want to get any new data, push and pull. This purpose only. Okay. Very rarely we will edit and we will create the files and we will do all these actions. 5 to 10% we will do. So again, we will work everything in CLI only. Okay.
Okay.
But only the pushing location is changed. Previously central, the locally, now remotely we are pushing.
Okay.
Okay. So here I pushed successfully. Now open the Git bash and refresh the page. So this is the dashboard of a GitHub. See, under the tech teacher, okay, so I created a branch called, I created a repository. This is the repository name. S1 batch is the repository. See, master branch is their default. Okay, one branch, and the zero tags. Tags I will show you later. So this is the S1 file, S1C. Yes, but it's an empty file, no data, nothing. And you can see the commit ID of this one. This is one 9F65DC. Same thing, 9F65DC, same commit ID. From remotely, sorry, from local system to remotely we pushed. Okay. So here mainly two scenarios will be there in the GitHub, guys. The first scenario is, so locally we created everything from the scratch. Just now I created one folder Shiva, and I created one file S1, and after that I initiated into a non-bear repository, and finally I committed, and at last I pushed it to, established a connection to GitHub and I pushed. Okay, so this is the first scenario in the GitHub, guys. Told two scenarios. So first scenario, this is one. Everything we are creating from the scratch and we are pushing to the remotely. Okay. So, and we have the second scenario. The second scenario is already repositories will be there in the GitHub. You have to clone that repositories into your local mission here, and you will work on that repositories, and again you will push back to remotely. This is the second scenario. I will show you. Okay. These are the two scenarios we have in the GitHub. In these two scenarios, the first scenario we will not get. Whatever the scenario I showed you just now, this scenario we will not get, rarely. Okay, the second scenario only. Why means, once you enter into any organization, suppose you got placed in one MNC. Okay, so you are not creating everything scratch there. Already the repositories will be there. You will clone the repositories into your local system and you will work, and again you will push back to remotely. This is the second scenario we will use regularly instead of first one. But here we are covering all. Second scenario is very easy. No need of establishing a connection, nothing. Okay. So I will show you the second scenario later. Before going to second scenario, we'll see the few options how to work in GitHub also. Okay. So this is the repository, guys. S1 batch repository. In that we have S1. Now I want to create one more. Suppose I want to edit this file. How to edit? Here we have edit option. Click on edit. See, here you can add that.
So this S1 is basically like how we created Shiva and Darwin, right?
Sorry?
Like just to do the comparison. So S1 repository is like the same thing like we created in the Git, we created a repository called Shiva and Darwin, right?
Same. Why
Okay.
we created Shiva means here, so to push our data to remotely, we need to work in repository only.
Okay.
To work with S1 data, okay. So we need one repository. So that's why I make this Shiva as a repository, and I worked here, and finally I pushed.
Okay.
If you want to push command, where it will work inside the repository only, no?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So wherever you're pushing that repository, that should be a repository. Then only your push will be enabled, otherwise not.
Gotcha.
So here, see, I edited this one. I added some one line of data inside this. Come down. Here you have to give the commit message. Okay, commit message you have to give here. Okay, so this is S1 file modified, something nice. Okay, so this is the same process, guys. Internally we are doing, right, 3 areas: working directory, staging, committing. The same way it will take internally, but here no need of going to staging area. All this directly you can commit. Okay, see, commit message. If you want to give in single line, you can give the single line here. If you want to give add paragraphs, you can add here. It's optional. And click on commit changes. See, done. See, data is added. Now you see the commit ID is changed. If you go back to the repository, you can see 2 commits are there. 13 seconds ago, I committed this one. This commit is not there locally, guys. This commit is not there locally because remotely we created that one. See, here only one only will be there. And you can see the cat s1 file. The data is not added. Nothing is there. Okay, the remote changes are not there in local. Okay, local is different and remote is different. Suppose the local system want these changes, remote changes into locally, what to do? You have to pull it, git pull. Okay, that I will show you later. So like this, we'll modify the file here. Suppose you want to create a file. So click here, add file, create a new file, and you can create the file here. Suppose S2 file I'm creating, sorry. S2 file I'm creating. And see, here you can do commit new file. See, 3 commits total. So S1, S2 file also created. So this is the commit message. Just now. So like this, you can create a file. How to create a folders? The same option only. So create a new file. And here, name your file is there. No, here only you have to give. Suppose I'm giving S3. I'm giving. Otherwise, I will give another name. Okay. Training. I want to create a folder. Okay. So the file how we created in the same way only we have to create. But the difference is if you want to make this training as a folder, then immediately you have to give / here. Then only it will become a folder. See, I gave the / in the keyboard. Then now it become a folder. Okay, otherwise it will take file only. It will create training as a file only. So, and again it is asking inside this training folder, if you want to create any file again, you can create. If you don't want, just you can commit this one. So we are giving here. Okay, so now what I will do now, inside this, it should be not a empty. So we have to create some file inside this. So folder, if you are creating means something you want to do inside that folder, right? So what I will do, I will create here, suppose S4 folder file I'm creating here. Okay, so commit. See, S4 file inside training. So training is a folder now. Inside training, we have S4 file. So like this, you have to create a folders. And you can upload also. So upload files. You can upload whatever you want. So choose, suppose I'm choosing Maven notes. So open. Or you can drag and drop. See, it is uploading. Uploaded successfully. I'm giving the file name. I mean commit changes. Maven notes. And now I'm committing. See, totally 5 commits. So Maven notes. You can open this also. So this is my Maven material I uploaded just for some. Okay, like this you can modify, you can delete, you can create and upload. All these things you can do here. Let's see a few more things also here. If you want to rename the repositories, if you want to delete the repositories. So if you want to rename the repository, you can rename here. Go to settings and you can rename. Okay, otherwise, suppose if you want to delete this repository, let me show you another one, not this one. Let me delete another repository. I'm going to my tech teacher account. So this is my main dashboard. Okay, so you can see here also. These 50 repositories are previously 49, right? We created newly 50 repositories are there. So click on this, it will show you the 50 repositories. Okay, like this. Now I want to delete this training. We have one repository. I want to delete this one. Okay, so how to delete? So go to the settings. So come down here. Here we have a delete this repository. So we have to give the same here. Now click on, see, they're giving here, I understand the consequences, delete this repository. Why they're giving like this means, normally people, they're creating the repositories here, and again, they're storing the data and sometimes they will delete the repositories. Then, okay, they only deleting the repositories, but they're sending the escalation mails to the GitHub department team. Why means my data lost, you only deleted the repositories. So like that, they're escalating the mails. So that's why the GitHub people, they're giving clearly here, you are the responsible of any consequences in the further, you are the responsible completely. So, so if you're clicking on this button means everything you have to agree that you agreed already. If you're clicking means this one. Okay. So any consequences in further data loss or something, you are the responsible. So that's why they're giving clearly here. And you have to pass the credentials. So deleted. Now go to the home. So 49 is there again. So the training repository is deleted. So like this, you can rename and you can delete the repository. Okay, and coming to other options. So one branch is there, and the next options. Okay, so this is the first scenario, guys, mainly. Okay, not all these options. Everything we created from the scratch and we push it to a new repository, right? So this scenario we will use very rarely. The second scenario is already repositories are there. See here in the 49, right? See, I have already a Machi repository. I'm opening this one. Here I have 5 branches. You can see here, 5 branches are there. Okay, and 7 tags. I will show you how to upload the tags. To upload the tags separately, we have to separate command is there. Next one is, see around 109 commits are there here. Okay, so a lot of things are there. Now I want to clone. Already repository will be there, guys. Once you enter into any organization, repositories will be there, mostly 95%. So you have to clone this repository. Click on this and come back. Come to your local system. Go to Git Bash and come out from this Shiva. And I'm in S1 folder now. Git clone. See how we cloned normally previously. Git clone central.git and the non-by repository name we gave, right? The same way, here we are cloning the remote. Git clone from where? Paste it. So it cloned, guys, completely cloned. Now you can see in the S1 folder we have Machi repository also. See. Now I am entering into the Machi repository. Here, see. See here, whatever the files and folders, the same thing will be there here also. Up to date will be there, 109 commits and everything will be up to date because completely we cloned it. Okay. And you can see the log, all the logs will be there. Okay. So like this here, completely you're getting this one. It is cloning completely. So now if you want to work here, now we are going to work here and we will push it. Suppose what I will do, So I will create one file here. Okay, the file name I will take it as a suppose I'm taking as a flag. On file I created git add dot git commit -m flag file something. Okay, spelling mistakes all. Okay, fine. So done. Now I want to push. How to push, guys? Git push. Next, what I have to give? Git push. Where I want to push?
Original.
Origin. So path I have to give?
This time, no.
Yeah, this time is not required. Remember this point, guys. If you go through the day 1 or day 2 Git session, there also once we created a non-bear repository with the help of central.git. Okay, so when we pushing, no, we are not giving any path, right? So blindly you remember, whenever you clone, no need to give the path again. Okay, Git will understand from where it cloned. If you give directly Git push, no, directly it will go, whether it is central, whether it is remotely. Previously we cloned from central, that's why it is going to central. Now we cloned from remotely, now it is going remotely. But you need the internet connection, guys, here. Okay, because GitHub is website, right? Remotely connection. See, here it is showing the 100% written objects, and the next one is it remotely pushed, and this branch to that branch, master to master. Now go to GitHub, here refresh the page. Now you will get that flag also, 110 commits are there. So this is the last commit ID. If you click on this commit ID, it will show you the history also here. But it's empty, okay, empty file it is, that's why it's not showing. And complete commit ID, if you want to see like this, you can see. Okay, so this is the second scenario. Second scenario we'll use mostly. It is very easy also. Already will be there, directly will flow and we will start the work. So whenever you are giving the first scenario, so you have to establish a connection because that is a new repository and this is a new data. You have to establish a connection and we have to push. Okay, so like this. Guys, clear any doubts so far?
Clear, sir.
Okay, the next one is, let's go and I'll show you the tags, guys. Here, let me take our repository on the S1 match repository. Here, 0 tags are there, right? So tags meaning is same, guys. What is the use of a tags? We know already. But here it's not showing all the tags. If you want to apply the tags remotely also, you have to push separately. When you push the data, the tags will not go. See, the tags will not go. So, okay, let me go to, I mean, Machi, no? Let me go back. Change directory to, which one is this?
Is this mashi means the fish?
Shiva, right? One sec. Sorry?
I said, is this machi means fish?
Okay, so I'm cloning this one, guys. I will clone it otherwise. Cloning to locally. One second. Git clone. Paste. What is this? Oh. Yes, tiger only. See, I cloned it. Okay. And you can see, yes, one batch. Okay. So S1 batch I clone. Now I'm entering into the S1. Okay. Now if you give the git push from the S1, it is up to date only. Because just now I clone. No, see, it will show you I'm in the S1 batch, guys. So everything is up to date only. Push means like upload only, guys. From the local to remotely, nothing is there. Up to date. Let me pull. If you see here, I have the data. This is the data I have. Everything I cloned. No, just now I cloned everything. Now I'm giving you a git pull. Pull means like a download from remotely to local. It will download. So once I clone here, already it's cloned everything. No, that's why it is not giving when I give pull also. Already up to date. Okay. Now here, let me create the tags. So log is there here. Okay. See guys, here it will show you origin remote, origin master, origin head. Okay, it's a head, origin head and origin master it is showing. Origin means remotely. We cloned it now, just now I cloned it this repository. Okay, so remotely master and remotely head we got into local mission. That is the meaning. Okay, so by seeing this also you can understand. So up to these logs we cloned from remotely. Okay. Now, what I want to do, 1 second. Yeah, tags. Now here, no tags, okay, nothing. So if you give the git tag means empty, you will get nothing. So let me create, we finished already tags concept, directly I'm going here, okay. Git tag name version 1.1 I'm giving, okay. So by default, it will assign to where? To the latest commit ID only it is assigned. Suppose this time I want to specify git tag name version 1.2 to this commit ID. Paste it. If you want to pass the message also, you can pass, guys. I showed you already commit message, tag messages. That is optional. Tag messages are not that much important. Okay. See now, if you give the git tag, 2 tags are there, right? So I want to push these tags. How to push means command is git push only. Git push origin again. Git push origin. All the tags if you want to push, hyphen tags you have to give. Suppose if you want to specify 1 or 2, you can specify by comma separator. You can specify. Okay. I want to push in my case all the tags. Git push origin hyphen tags. So we are in already S1 branch repository only. It will understand where you want to push, and I gave the origin also clearly and hyphen tags. See, it took remotely, see, and it pushed these 2 tags. Now you refresh the page. So 0 is there, right? Now refresh the page. So 2 tags are there. Click on this. So you can see the tags here. And the tag message also you can see, but by default what it will do, if you're not passing any tag message, it will take commit message as a tag message, right? Okay. Now what I will do, I will delete the tag. How to delete, guys? Git tag -d for delete. So version 1.1 tag I deleted. Finish. Successfully deleted. See, deleted. Now go and refresh the page. Still it is showing 2. Why? See, deleted, no? One tag is deleted actually, but it is showing 2 here, right? Remotely not deleted, locally we deleted. See, this is local deletion. If you want to delete remotely,
remote.
Yeah.
That is not remote.
Yeah, if you want to delete remotely, same git tag -d, sorry, git push origin -d for delete. Okay, and which tag you want to delete, version 1.1, like this you have to pass. Remotely, we are deleting. See, previously here it's a local deletion. Now it is deleted remotely. So version 1.1 tag is deleted. Okay, now you can refresh the page. So only one tag, that is 1.2. Okay. So here also, git tag, it's already they are deleted here already. Okay, so this is how we will delete the tags here. Guys, clear? Any doubts so far?
Clear.
Okay. Okay, guys, the remaining concepts will continue in the next class. So we have 3 concepts. Okay, pull and fetch and fork concept and the pull request. These 3 concepts are remaining. So it will take time. Okay, we will finish tomorrow. Okay, so by that we are going to finish the GitHub. GitHub is a small concept only. It's 2 hours we can finish it. And after that, day after tomorrow, we'll start the bull tool called Maven. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.